aliens. Right.
What?
The prostitute story.
I'm talking
You
about
ready?
ass. What are you talking about,
Prostitute story. You guys ready? Are you ready for this?
Bondage? I'm in.
I should be able to hire my own tweaker to beat up another tweaker.
Gets high fives from the boys.
It's the stupidest thing I ever heard of.
Good morning with the boys.
Good morning.
How we
You
doing?
thought it was going to be noon, dudes.
Yeah, we thought.
Fricked you suckers.
Gotcha.
You had no idea.
You didn't think you're gonna hear us this early.
This early, we getting after it.
Hell
Big things
yeah.
happen.
Yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe, get on the train with everybody else.
Seriously.
Get in
time
there.
already.
Yeah, I just had to say it's top of the hour.
I had a pretty good conversation last night.
Yeah?
Met with our other sponsor, 2 Minute Truck for all your movie needs.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
It was good stuff. We were talking marketing-wise, budgeting when it comes to just the marketing side of everything. Pretty cool. They're making moves on TV. You should be seeing some 2 Minute Truck commercials out.
Heck yeah. Sweet, dude.
So that was pretty cool. Got me quite a few ideas. We were coming up for the podcast title for this one. To let you know, Jeremy, I talked to my AI system and I said, you better get it together, buddy, because you're about to get replaced with ChatGPT.
Oh.
And when I typed the prompt into to Buddy, see, I'm already calling you ChatGPT. You better watch yourself, buddy. Buddy said, don't worry, and spit me out all types of too much information. Like Buddy was over
He's
compensating a
overachieving?
little
Yeah,
bit. He was
yeah.
just like, no, I can do exactly what ChatGPT does. Don't replace him, please. And he did, and I was like, whoa, buddy, breathe, dude. Just get back to what I told you to do.
You would have way more luck with ChatGPT. ChatGPT.
I'm actually pretty excited. But then I'm talking to DJ over here. They're losing money like crazy.
ChatGPT?
Yeah,
Yeah, just because they're losing money doesn't mean their product doesn't work well.
true. But
It's going to work way better than this free version of Copilot.
how is it going to be sustainable if it's already costing? They said it's like $1,000 every question.
How and why? Because of how much power they're putting into the supercomputer?
Yeah, it's got like we were thinking
'Cause,
about
like,
it.
isn't-
It all has
isn't
to go into
ChatGPT
electrical.
Isn't ChatGPT a paid program? You have to
It
pay for
is.
it? Yeah.
But even with the 10 million paying subscribers, it's still
Losing money.
essentially hemorrhaging, though.
That's not good. Yeah, how do you can't, it's not long-term effective unless you're willing to just lose money on the thing. And I'm guessing that's just because the technology in the chips and the processors is not there yet. NVIDIA's doing some really big things right now. NVIDIA's 50 series graphics cards, its lowest option, which has, I think it said it had 4090 capabilities or something. Maybe it was like 4060, but it's $500. $529 for their lowest tier of the new series of GPUs.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is very, very
That's really
affordable.
manageable. Yeah, really manageable and affordable for your local or your, regular PC.
and most people
builder.
wouldn't even know what they're even looking for
Exactly
in the first
yeah.
place. So I mean, that's huge.
But then of course they go up from there, and they came out with one that's got it's got thousands of resistors, and it's just this big old thing, like freaking probably 2 feet by 2 feet, and it's just a giant super chip.
Oh snap!
It's supposed to be for AI shit. So
That is the crazy part, is the chips and everything that are manufacturing. Like, you have to have entire buildings just to run a computer. It is like when
Well-
like the computer got really big in the 40s.
imagine
Enigma type idea.
the process of making the CPUs is so intense now that when you go to a facility, it's like the scene from freaking Small Soldiers when they go through the whole decontamination process, full suit. When you're in there with those computer components, you like nothing can decontaminate it. It's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah, and it's like, what could get in there? Like, is it just rust?
Oil from
Oil?
your skin,
Mm.
which would then mess up the refining process or whatever. Because how they do it, it's weird. They put a mold that has like the designs on it, and then they like build on top of that, and like where the on their mold, like where whatever this is where stuff will come up on top of it. And that's how they do all the little intricate lines and all their
Mm.
processors and stuff. It is a crazy process. I think it's alien. I don't think that's our technology.
I think that's the way your brain goes. It just goes,
I don't
Yep.
understand it. It's from outer space.
aliens had to do it.
Yeah. No way us man could have done that. Took us thousands of years to figure out fire.
We were having that conversation this morning. How long we'd make it during caveman days.
Not long.
Mm.
No.
If you started out with just, let's say, an arrowhead, how long you making it?
I don't know how long will it take that arrowhead to kill me. Kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. But no, I would not last long, dude. I feel like I could maybe a week.
I give you a hatchet.
A hatchet, I could, yeah, same thing, probably about a week, build some shelter. I'd probably be all right for the first couple nights. But as soon as the hunger really starts to set in, it's like I'm not much of a hunter
I'm just like, how many people died like just trying to get a berry?
or eating the wrong berry.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, look at this blueberry. Boom, dead. Poison berries.
But wait, that looked just like that other berry.
Yeah. Nope, that one's a poison berry, not a blueberry. It's a poison berry.
Remember that for the future. Put that in our DNA.
Yeah. Put that in the DNA so they remember that. Well, it's just like the
Do
Amazon
you-
jungle, bro. How did they figure out how to make ayahuasca? 2 plants out of the entire Amazon jungle that aren't psychoactive by themselves, but when you mix them together, they become psychoactive.
Mhm.
Like, and out millions of plant species out in that fucking
I think about that regard when it comes to like mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
You have mushrooms that
Kill people instantly,
And-
and mushrooms that make you have a good time.
and then how many people just died eating the wrong mushrooms? And then you have the most like the best mushrooms for steaks and stuff.
Right? Yeah. You actually have mushrooms that are great for eating. You have mushrooms that will kill you if you eat them, and you have mushrooms that will enlighten you if you eat them.
And mushroom medicine.
Mm-hmm. Like yeah, lion's mane, and even just all that stuff that they're now finding has really
Yeah.
good benefits.
Explain to me that.
It's alien, bro.
Carrots don't do that.
Mushrooms came from outer space. Fungi landed
And then
on
like, okay, so you get that, and then for some reason you're like, you know what? We need LSD.
God, I love the story about LSD.
But it's, I mean, that's just so wild. You're like, or
I think LSD was an accident. Wasn't it an accident?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he
he's
didn't
trying to
meet.
do
He
a
was.
truth serum.
Yeah. That's what it was. They were
But
trying
it's
to do
just
a truth
wild
serum.
in that regard.
I love the story though that he just put it in the break room for everyone to try it. That's fucking amazing. Hey man, fucking found this cool shit out, man.
It wouldn't have been anything like that. It would have been like the 50s. I mean, the 40s, right?
Yeah, I think it was like somewhere.
Even earlier?
Yeah, I'll have to look it up. I can't remember. I can't remember the dates on when it was made, but
I mean, because I think about like even that time.
38, 1938. So what?
Lab coats, bro.
Yeah.
Technicians.
Oh, sir, well, I made this stuff in the lab here, and it took a little bit, and I started seeing shit.
Yeah, we're tripping on acid so hard we became British for some reason.
And he was an American.
He wasn't American?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, so would be like something like way different. That's more Russian than anything. I only have like 2 accents that I can do.
I wish
okay.
like you talk like that full time.
Swiss.
Swiss?
We make a LSD.
That's French.
I know.
I don't know where you're going.
I like my French. Okay.
There you go.
Ah, oui. Started singing la France.
That's crazy though to get just handed out like it's break candy.
Well,
Anybody want a Skittle?
what's even funny? He's like, all right, I'm going to take this small dose, which he came to learn was not a small dose. It was a very big dose. The very first one he took, because it's like he probably took like a shot, right? Thinking, oh yeah,
No, that's because if you think it's like a drop,
yeah, a drop will do it, and he didn't know. He didn't know.
whoa.
But then, yeah, I just think that's great. He's like, I've made some stuff. It's in the break room. Try it out. Just had a room for all of his freaking fellow scientists to. I wonder if that's why they had so many breakthroughs shortly after. What scientific breakthroughs happened in 1940?
Well, I mean, the atom bomb.
Oh, shit. Damn. Was that the 40s? Is that right?
Yeah, it's when World War II ended.
Damn. Make LSD, create the atom bomb. Domino effect, if I ever seen one before.
And then you're
dude.
all tripping on acid, and you're like, dude, we just blew up a couple countries.
You should have seen the giant mushroom it ate, man.
So we started getting really heavy into this, trying to figure out America talk.
Yeah, the history, the real history that we were probably never taught.
We're gonna have to go through and start breaking down each of the states.
We're gonna actually have to go to a library.
Why?
I don't know. I just thought
Why would
maybe it'd have good information.
Might.
Mm-hmm.
Never know.
Hall of Public Records.
Mm-hmm.
Is that?
And whoa, it'd be cool to go to each state.
Yeah, it'd be really cool to actually. I've never gone to like a Hall of Public Records because you can find like like blueprints from old classic buildings and go and see what these things. You know what I mean? Like that would be a lot of untold. You'd have to know what you're looking for, kind of, or know what you want to look for.
Yeah, where would you even start?
Yeah, because dang.
I was like, damn.
Just get me into the Hall of Public Records, and I'm just gonna start looking into people. I know Billings was a railroad town, obviously, because it's got downtown. It's got railroad tracks running right through it. But I think either his last name was Billings, the guy who founded it. Maybe we should just do a good dive into him too.
Just figure out Billings.
Yeah, start local.
Cause you had old what's his name on the rims? You done that rim?
Yeah, walked up there and saw that. Yeah, who was that guy? What was?
I can't remember. Somebody important.
I thought the guy who named his town was something Billings, but I could be wrong. Yeah,
Frederick H. Billings.
And how do you become a person who just starts a town? President of the Northern Pacific
Can you
Railroad.
imagine you're the president? You could be naming all kinds of stuff.
Dude, and you just get off a train, you're like, yep, this is a nice town. Welcome to Billings.
Dude, I was so thirsty, I had to just chug some water. This place is called Chug Water. Keep it moving. Choo choo.
Oh. Man, I just threw up. Yeah, we're going to call this town Upton.
Oh, man. I just had to stop and talk to my friend Ann. Spokane. We call this place Spokane.
These guys are dirty over here. They need a ton of washing. Washington. Oh, it's terrible.
Hey, there's ore here. Well, there's ore over there. Oh, maybe we'll ore again.
That was a good one. I like that one. Oh, that's funny, dude. Or again. Oh, that's good.
None of the names make any sense. Like, what the fuck's a Kentucky?
What the fuck is a Kentucky? I get Montana mountains.
What's a Mississippi? What's a Massachusetts?
What's a Vermont?
Yeah.
What's a New England?
That
makes
kinda,
sense.
Yeah,
it's
you got
New
enough
England,
there.
yeah.
New York does make sense, but
Well, what's a York?
What's a Maryland?
What's a York?
What is it?
Is there
I'm
a
sure there
town
is a thing. A York is something.
like Yorkshire?
Yeah. Part of where it's from?
They probably because like New
Originally
England
from
makes
York,
sense.
Yorksville.
Yorkshire. We came from Yorkshire. We're making a New York. We're calling it New York.
Where's Old York? I'm
That's
trying to
funny.
travel to Old York.
Old York. I would assume Yorkshire.
I love that movie. What is it? Something Gangs New York.
Mm.
And they always talk about the Bowery. Oh, I want to check out the Bowery.
Bowery?
Mm-hmm.
Mike Lowry?
Or St. Mark's. I don't know where the hell that's at. All
Mm.
these places in New York fascinate me.
I think it's in New York. One of the museums that has the cuneiform little clay tablet piece that Chief Joseph had on him. So I think that's over there in New York too. I really want to go. I want to go see it.
What if the key to the whole thing is getting all those pieces together,
Right, and
then
then
all of a sudden a gate opens?
or if you put them together, then you just read the script because I mean no one can read it. I mean I think you have to translate it, and I tried to like look at the translation
That's so
key.
damn funny.
I don't know how people have figured that out because it's intense.
Came to them in a dream. Something
Maybe.
like you almost have to think that something's giving them the answers,
Well, dude.
or they're just. You ever? I don't know. Maybe your guess is as good as mine. Because I mean, to so wholeheartedly believe that is just as crazy or just as real as the Bible.
Well, dude, Nikola Tesla said he was getting his information from elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he claims that he was getting it from like situations like that, visions and
Yeah,
dreams
you got like
and
Isaac Newton.
so yeah,
He
same
was
thing.
like a religious zealot. These guys were messing around with Mercury, but also at the same time, like these guys, one of the most prolific people we have right now is a mushroom doctor.
People,
The things we've learned from mushrooms is absolutely crazy. They're networking everything.
it's so crazy that people who are revolutionary in their field are in their lifetime seen as crazy. Like all those guys, Nikola Tesla, everyone thought he was crazy. Einstein, everyone thought he was crazy. But they come out with these things that have changed the world after they pass. I think, unfortunately, I don't want to say this, but that's what's going to happen with Graham Hancock. At least right now, he's slowly starting to get out there more. But I bet you, unfortunately, when he is gone, archaeologists are going to 100% fully accept and change all this stuff about how old the humans are. I think they're already starting. Maybe they are, but I hope it happens before.
Mm-hmm.
But the same thing is going to happen because he's been deemed crazy for 30 years.
The wild part about it is like we care, but I don't. How much of everybody in the world actually cares?
Not a lot.
So then you're like, okay, so then you have this even small select amount of people who found out exactly what made the world like spin around, and regardless of it, it's like, does it change anything?
The only people who care are like the people who are against it, and maybe a few people on his side who want to, share the truth or whatever. But that's the same in any situation, really. Same with going back to Newton and Einstein. Same thing. They probably just wanted to be accepted for making these, and fought their lives trying to be like, no, I'm pretty sure this is how gravity. This is what gravity is. Pretty sure this is how this works. And you never know. That's just how it goes.
Like it made sense, like star charting and everything,
Mhm.
learning to read the oceans. Like that makes sense because it would have taken so long to figure it out, and then it would have just been trial and error, trial and error, trial and error.
Well, and the night sky 1,000 years ago would look completely different to what we see today. So I've heard people talk about how they would have been mesmerized by the stars because they can see 100 more stars than we can because of
Well,
all the
dude.
pollution and stuff.
Well, that comes from but we've been able to see that personally.
Yeah, because we live out
We've
here.
100% been in Cook City in the middle of nowhere and seen what it's like with zero pollution up there. Where it's just you and the whole night sky. And it is mesmerizing. It is amazing to witness.
Joe Rogan talks about it going to the place in Hawaii, and I think that would be. I still think we would have been seeing some type of pollution even in Cook City. After how many years of motorized vehicles running?
I don't know. I'm just like, dude, every time I
hard,
go
yeah.
up to the mountains up here, it's just flat out awe-inspiring.
It's hard to say
And can
because
you
I've
imagine
never.
if you were in the middle of the ocean and it's bouncing off the ocean? So you see all those stars included with everything up there.
Yeah.
Come on now. What beats that view?
That and that they used to have puddles, man-made like pools of water out in front of their houses so they could just sit there and stare at the stars.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of looking up, they would have a puddle right there and you'd be looking down. But then how do they, I guess if you look up and compare, how do they, because you're going to have to flip that, right? Because if you're looking into a pool and then up in the sky, it's going to be all sorts of, it's going to be flipped and rotated, right? So then tracking that again into it blows me away how they fucking were able to track and manage all these star systems. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, but I mean, there was no technology.
Nothing else to do, yeah.
Well, then you're just writing everything down. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Everything was written. You had people who would organize it for you. If not, you'd chop their heads off.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
I mean, it was a very brutal world back then.
Oh yeah, it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows. That's for damn sure.
No.
That's for sure.
I'm sure you had to. They just came with a certain level of just accepting this is what's going to happen. There was no screen to flip back on you and show you this is how you're acting.
Mm-hmm.
That really came in the last, I'd say, 25 years. Probably.
Our lifetime. Really, the technology in our lifetime is insane. What we've seen come and go. CDs, cassettes. Now no one uses those anymore.
Man,
except for DJ Crazy.
It's crazy to see how many people would have been straight getting their asses whooped left and right.
I mean,
with nobody to ever stop it, nobody to step in.
That's another fucked up thing. Everyone pulls out their phone and starts recording the shit instead of trying to fucking help somebody.
Yeah, but I mean, even that's new to humans if you think about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so I mean, you have this flight or flight, and most people who have never ever fought.
Yeah.
So they don't even. I think that's I think a lot of people get paralyzed, don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. Everybody's hates the police until they need the police.
Dude, yeah, no, I think
I'm not supposed to call them.
I think police and teachers should get paid fucking way more. Those are the two jobs that do a lot and don't get enough credit. 100%.
Well, we can't because we need our military.
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah, have to have that.
If we don't, who is going to keep the rest of the world in check? You tell me. What, are you going to leave it to Canada?
Isn't that what fucking NATO's for?
Are you going to trust Canada? Huh?
Isn't that what NATO is supposed to be all about?
I think they do an alright job.
Then sign the fucking thing so that fucking what's his name doesn't invade Ukraine. And don't laugh about how you told him no. What does NATO stand for? National North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
That's hella funny that that's what they stand for.
Just had that on the top of his head too. That's
not
impressive.
Even so that, but just a treaty organization. And how many treaties have been broken over the years?
Yeah.
Most treaties have been broken that I've been.
Hey, they're a treaty organization. They never said they're a treaty making organization.
No, that's they make the treaties. They don't uphold the treaties.
They make or break them.
Well, they make them. Whoever breaks them, that's them. That was your choice to break it.
That's on you.
You shouldn't have broke it.
Shouldn't have broke that
Why
treaty,
you
man.
break the treaty I made for you?
I made that. I worked so hard on that.
I wrote up that treaty. You know how long it takes to write stuff now?
God, fucking type into AI, write me a
I
treaty.
wonder when treaties first began as a thing. Like,
When is the first documented treaty? That's a good question. That would have had to have been back to like UK.
way
Yeah.
before that. The first surrender, essentially.
Documented though. The Treaty of Kadesh.
Good old Kadesh.
Is that Egyptian? Because there's a picture of Egyptian. Okay, yeah.
The Battle of Kadesh and the Peace Treaty.
And the first peace treaty. Do we have a year? Ancient Egyptian times. We don't have a date or anything, but we can at least say 2500 BC, because isn't that what?
BC?
Yep, 2550. Because about 2500 was the Egyptians.
So
2500
we're looking
BC.
at about 4,500 years ago.
Damn. That's just the first one that we have found written record of. I'm sure there's.
And do we have a quick, like, do they say what it was over? The Kadesh people were fighting the. Oh. So it was a war within the Mesopotamians over two cities. They said, hey, enough's enough. Ooh, Egyptians versus.
Good old Ramses the Second. Yeah.
That's where we get Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon
if you guys
Ramses.
didn't realize that he's a long lineage of the Ramses.
This food is disgusting.
He's
I wouldn't
actually
feed it to my dog. And I
he's
fucking hate
Gordon
my dog.
Ramsay the 337.
330. I fucking love watching Hell's Kitchen. I love watching Gordon Ramsay yell at people.
Nando's favorite pastime right now is to watch a chat of Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. I
Kitchen Nightmares is I think I kind of like Kitchen Nightmares more than Hell Kitchen.
Yeah, Hell's Kitchen, I like it because they are actually going to these restaurants and he's like trying to help
That's
them
Kitchen Nightmares.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then yep.
Hell's
then
Kitchen
is-
he's in the
Yep, then
kitchen.
I'm flopped out. I'm flopped
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
The two Hell's Kitchen is the two teams they compete.
Yep, and then I'm not as privy to
Kitchen
that
Nightmare.
Yeah.
That's definitely the one where he's like coming in and trying to save him.
one. Yeah.
I just watched this one where they're like, it was a blonde white lady, and then he was like, I guess like an old, I don't know, he looked like Eastern European of some sort.
Mm.
Rings on his fingers, looking all flashy, but it's like, yeah, he used to be a playboy. And I was like, yeah, how does this guy a playboy?
Well,
Looks kind of like Krusty the Clown a little bit.
I love it when they're like, my food's the best. Gordon Ramsay's gonna love it. And then
But this-
everything comes back.
She was fire cooked, but she was nuts. They had left a Yelp review, and she's like, they're over here making up fake news about our store, so I fired back, and I said, you're an idiot, and you're stupid, and you should never talk to. He's like, wait, so you're online talking back to these people? Even though
I think I've seen this one, yeah. It's like, dude.
I have to meet who makes the cakes. She's like, I make the cakes, and you could just see like how this. He's like, oh man, still gotta talk to you, lady. I was really hoping somebody else made these cakes so I could be done talking to you guys.
Oh man, yeah, it's so funny because they're like, fuck this guy, I don't fucking know how to run my fucking business. And then like next fucking after commercial break, yeah, I thought about it and I came back in and talked to Gordon. And
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, come on now.
it's all for show.
You're an idiot. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You don't know how to run
If
it.
Gordon Ramsay is showing up at your place, it's because you don't know how to run your store and someone called him and he thought it'd be some good content.
Facts.
Honestly, I wonder how much of it's all just Hey, can you just like freak out on Gordon Ramsay? You guys get in a pissing match real quick?
I'm sure he does get paid to a certain extent, just like off of that personality. Some
Yeah.
people do love to get yelled at.
I'm sure it's staged though a little bit. I'm sure.
100%. There is, well, I mean, how much could you actually stage?
Like them getting in a pissing match. Like
A lot
honestly,
of that stuff was real.
I'm telling you, if I am a business owner and that is happening, my business is in a rough spot and Gordon Ramsay comes in, I'm gonna fucking be, yes sir, fucking, listening and actually caring what he wants to say.
But give it 10 years ago when the show was happening, not everybody in the world knew who Gordon Ramsay was. Now he's a household name.
I don't know. You see how he packed every single restaurant as soon as everyone in town finds out that Gordon Ramsay is at that restaurant. He was pretty well known even then.
But he's not American. He's
No.
British. So it's like, obviously he wasn't born here.
Yeah.
His cooking was just so good, you know what I mean? And then he was a personality.
Yeah.
Just like
his
I think I knew about what was his name? Guy Fieri
Guy
before
Fieri, yeah. I love Shane's
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri skit. You seen that? Yeah, those gunshots and shit going on.
Pulling glass out of him.
Puts his glasses back on. Let's get going. Yeah. I love Shane Gillis, man. He's so funny. Ah.
He is. I can't wait for. So what do you know about Tire season 2? When's that coming rolling
I
out?
have no idea.
Haven't heard anything.
No, I saw recently a couple weeks ago what I'm guessing is a scene from it. So obviously they're working on it, but I haven't seen any announcement or anything. Viva La Dirt League actually just came out with like a new series that is apparently they have their own like TV internet or website, VivaLaDirtLeague.tv, that they have some exclusive stuff on.
Okay.
So I was like, dang, because those guys are my favorite. It is a dream to go over and hang out with those guys. So I think they're in Australia.
That'd be dope.
Something like that. They're over.
What does it take to get into Australia? Your brother's been.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'll have to ask my brother. Passport for sure. And then yeah, 20 hours of flying or whatever it is.
It doesn't seem that difficult though, passport wise.
And I think it's not renewed. I'll have to renew it, but I had a passport at one point.
Hell yeah, that would be cool though.
Yeah, I would. Dude, those guys.
If you're
are
willing to
so
fly all the way
funny.
out to Australia, I'm sure that they would meet with you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Come on now, come on all the way from America.
America. Put me in a skit.
I was even thinking about that, trying to reach out to the boys
Mm.
and seeing if just be like, we're like the Montana chapter.
Yeah, we just want to be the Montana chapter of the boys.
You guys are in Texas, we'll be in Montana.
Next thing you know, we'll get a Maine, we'll get a Vermont, even though no one knows what that is.
Yeah.
Motorcycle jackets.
Hell yeah.
Hoodies that just say Montana chapter, the boys, and then just put
Boom.
Montana chapter.
That'd be
on
pretty
it.
sick. We just make those.
Yeah, you already have a bunch of their merch. You just put on Montana chapter underneath it. Fuck yeah.
Well, I was still thinking if we just did morning with the boys and then put on Montana chapter, I think it would be actually pretty badass.
We'll reach out to you guys first so that we don't get sued.
Right?
Because if we get sued, you taking my house.
But I'm also like, I've been following the boys for so long. I was like, Josh is a multimillionaire. They're all multimillionaires. So it's like, except for I think Narrator and Juicy. But I think even them are still doing all right for themselves. Narrator got married in Japan, so
There you go.
come on now.
Good old Japan. That's another place I wouldn't mind going is Asia.
That's where I'm trying. I would love to take my little brother Andrew to Japan.
Yeah.
That was the plan. That was the plan. I was like, hey, I know I broke you, but let's go to Japan.
We'll make up a cool story about how you were a race car driver and that's why you got a limp.
I would love for him to just walk around with people his own size and never just not feel out of place whatsoever.
That's so fucked up. Dude.
That was a subtle jab, and I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew what I was doing.
Hey, I'll tell you what. He might be like the same size as everybody over there, But the ladies will probably be like, he's got a fucking hog, right? Because it's not a fucking little Asian guy. I don't know if that's how it all works. It's just what everyone says about them little Asian guys, okay?
That is
I don't know
so
from
funny.
personal experience, okay?
No, hey, I will say this
That's
from personal
hilarious.
experience. The nurses down at St. V's, when they had to cut his pants off,
Oh.
they were impressed. I seen him double
What do you-
take.
What do you do
I
when the
don't know.
nurses if the nurse says something? Those are my favorite pair of pants.
It was funny. Tyler, Frank was working. Yeah,
Oh, nice. Because
the elder grew up.
he's in the medical industry, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh, he's a nurse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to come into when
He
I
was
worked at
the-
Toyota.
I was gonna say he was the first male nurse I ever knew, and he was pursuing nursing in high school. I was like, what? But you're a man. That's not how that works.
That's fine.
You're supposed to be a doctor.
I mean,
Believe me, I get it now, but back then I was like, this is unheard of. Women are nurses. They're not gonna let you be.
They're not gonna let you do this.
Yeah, they're gonna kick you out. It's like trying to be a male cheerleader.
Nurses
What? There's
actually.
male cheerleaders?
Nurses have a lot of knowledge, honestly, and like you might not think it, but they are just as crucial as the doctors in a hospital.
Way
for sure.
more crucial than doctors.
You think so?
100%. Hospitals would not run without
Yeah,
the nurses.
100%. They do all the little stuff that.
They're the ones who are like there throughout the whole time. Doctors are usually on call.
Mm-hmm. Show up for a surgery. Show up for
And that's
a
if you're in
special
the
meeting.
surgery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It depends on what kind of doctor you are, because you're a specialist at that point.
Yeah. Dealt with a lot of specialists with Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the heart doctor was so funny. He's like, yeah, we're just gonna cut here, take a little chunk of this as a patch, and we're gonna patch that, then just sew everything back up, and it's no big deal. And I'm like, dude, you're talking about a heart like this fucking big, bro. Like, what do you mean it's no big deal? But of course, he's done hundreds of them, so it's
And like the technology that they have is like,
Mhm.
hold on, I need to zoom in real quick, and he's got a camera. He's
Yeah.
like looking on a giant screen.
Yeah.
Like my grandmother being in the hospital right now. It's like she just had to go through that with the camera up there and doing all its business, trimming out.
that's so. I mean, I guess you just get used to it, but seeing a camera inside someone's body would just be so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Did start watching Squid Games, and I don't know why. It's because it's gory, I think, is why I thought about that. It's like the only time I've seen a camera in a body would probably be like a CSI movie,
Mm.
And
I
then
was
that
gonna
made me
say-
think of Squid Game. Squid Games is pretty good.
I was saying,
Enjoying
my
that.
wife is very into Squid Games right now.
Yeah. We just. I shouldn't be admitting this, but me and Izzy are watching it together, and we're episode 3. But it's fucking really good. I'm really impressed.
Izzy is one of those girls who like she can handle it.
Apparently, we used to watch Supernatural, and she admitted a couple years ago that she used to, after I put her in bed, she'd get up and just watch it with us from standing in her room through the crack of the door.
Nice.
God
She's slick with it.
damn. Yeah.
And it's so funny how like oblivious you are as a parent. You're like, they're definitely sleeping.
Yeah. Like I could have swore, man. Got that kid to bed
Every
every
night.
night. Yeah.
No, there's so many times Nando, he's starting to try to do it a lot. Where you're like, dude, I know you're so faking being asleep. You can't, like, the years of you just being able to like flip over real quick and act like you're sleeping or over. You make so much noise turning over. I'm like, dude,
Knock it
on
off,
now.
yeah. Not only that, I just heard the Pokemon theme song playing from your Game Boy. Like,
we were watching a video of all the things you had to do to not get caught back in the day playing the TV. Man, they had so much stuff stacked on top of it, making blanket forts over it. You know what I mean? I was like,
oh man.
I can remember those days
Mm-hmm.
because my parents' room was directly above mine. So it was like any type of light. And the breaker boxes up there, they could literally just kill all the power to my room.
Dang.
And you know what sucked? It was attached to my brother's room. So when my brother would listen to music loud, he would get the power killed for us.
Oh,
So then I just would have no power, you know?
that's genius on your parents, though.
It was miserable.
I love it.
What a torture. I mean,
I'm
this is like what they do with prisoners.
gonna
Cut
make
out
sure.
the lights.
Yep. Time for bed. Lights out.
There's nothing worse than hearing that breaker flip. Oh, I have no control now.
Building a custom house. So I want a breaker for every room. Why? So I can shut them off.
I mean,
And automatic locking doors, so I can lock them in. Just kidding. Yeah, it's
that
too
happened when we were younger as well.
I got locked in a camper. My brother thought it was funny.
Of course he would.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I thought he could get out if he just wiggled the door. No, you fucking locked me in, bro. I only spun the lock a little bit. It's too fucking enough to lock it.
That's wild that you got locked from the inside.
No, outside.
So you got locked out of the camper?
No, locked in. So we went in, but the lock was on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was actually one of those where you...
Because usually it's like you can always swivel that thing down and...
No, it was one of those where it's like a latch lock.
my
dad had
like
screwed,
a trailer.
Yeah, my dad had screwed a latch lock onto the door so the door doesn't fly open. It was like you put it over and then spin the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom found me out there screaming, and then my brother was inside playing video games. Like, oh yeah, I forgot he was out there.
Which I'm sure your mom was pretty merciful.
She was pissed.
I'm sure.
Pissed at my brother, yeah.
I'm sure.
Fucking.
But when she calmed down, she had to thought it was pretty funny. Your mom's that way.
I don't know. It's pretty fucked up. It was a hot summer day, and he locked me in the fucking camper for an hour. Not that funny. Not that funny.
It's pretty funny thinking
Yeah,
about it
just
right
because you're
now.
an older brother, you don't fuck you.
Bro, I've been on both sides of it. So it was war. It was a whole, I guess, different aspect of
Yeah.
it. Me and my older brother, I mean, it was a literal war.
It's war.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Like,
was
you're gonna
too bad.
get me, and then I'm gonna get you, and then you're gonna get me, and then I'm gonna get you. There were so many times of getting punished and having to put our heads together and just stare at each other.
Damn, that's harsh.
Yeah, and then you have to be like, I mean, if we fight right now, it's gonna be, I mean,
Yeah.
not a whole lot
Yeah.
is gonna get accomplished.
Yeah.
So you would sit there, and eventually, I mean, there was something sick about having to stare, and then you end up laughing halfway through it.
Mm-hmm.
And you get yelled at for enjoying sitting there staring at each other. It's like some weird psychological torture.
Oh, yeah. That would be hard because yeah,
Do
eventually
kids get sent to stare at walls?
or time out anymore. I don't.
Time out. I mean, you get sent
No,
to your
but-
room time out, but like to actually have to go sit and stare at a wall.
Nope. I used to have to stare at the corner. It was when I was trying to learn my middle name, maybe. And yeah, it was.
That's so damn funny to not be able to get your middle name down. So
Stick
you're like,
me a-
go get in the corner.
until you can remember it.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I must have been really little, but apparently that sticks with me because I mean, obviously.
No, another one was like writing sentences.
Mm.
You have to write sentences. Yeah, I'm gonna write that 500 times.
I never had to do that one. Never had to write
Oh,
the
man.
sentence 100 times over or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, I do that a lot.
That's Bart Simpson shit.
I think that's where my old man got it from. It was the height of the 90s. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Propane and propane accessories.
So how far do we go back when we do our history dive?
It's a good question. Because looks like are you stealing information already? Oh shit. See, we're already getting this guy's on top of it. But I mean it depends on the state, right? Because there's only so far we can go back with certain states. So I say go back to at least as far back to the state's creation.
That's nuts. Okay, so we got history from 4,500 years ago, but we can't pull up any history on ourselves.
We're 300 years old.
Well, I know, but you think that if you were enough to form a state, you'd have all the records of you becoming a state.
See, that's something. If we go back to when a state becomes a state, we should at least have records from when they became a state and on.
And it's so weird. I'm like, do some of these places like were the Dakotas part of like the French territories? Part of Louisiana Purchase?
It looked like it was part of the Louisiana Purchase because
Okay,
that Louisiana
so-
Purchase went mostly into Montana when we looked at that map yesterday.
And that was owned by the French?
Was that the French?
Spanish?
The French or the Spaniards? That's a good question. Who did we purchase the Louisiana Purchase from? I think it was the French.
Yeah.
Okay, French.
So you have the French owning that much territory in America, and now France owns France. It's tiny.
Yeah, and the Canadians are French Canadians, but they are now Canadians.
Yeah.
So France? Did they just not care about?
Yeah, we owe too much money from World War II.
Or maybe they're like,
we're about to owe a bunch of money.
we own the middle of North America, which what are we gonna do with that? We're surrounded by, you know what I mean? We can't even get our boats there. We have no waterway to get in there, so maybe that's why they sold it. They just didn't see a benefit in having land surrounded by everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's probably some of the, I wouldn't say some of the worst land in the U.S. Strategically, though, I guess it would be like.
Well, it's kind of right through Tornado Alley.
But you got a lot of good farmland through there.
True.
So it's like, that's why I was going to say it's probably the worst part of the United States, but it's pretty close. If you get up north there, that's Montana, Wyoming, the Dakotas.
I was gonna say
It's pretty-
Dakotas, Nebraska,
Yeah, it's pretty close to,
Oklahoma.
it's pretty close to worthless land. So I could see why the French were like, no, we do not need that land. It cannot even make us our baguettes.
Is this land is so ugly?
It's ugly, so
Go back
flat.
to France.
It doesn't grow good wheat.
We cannot even sail there on our ships. I cannot sit here and enjoy my cheese or my wine. So I will sit here and whine.
The only things they make over there is bread. You gotta get some good wheat fields in there, that's for sure.
They're definitely like cheese and bread, wine for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is like a typical French cuisine. Are they pretty noodle heavy?
I would think so. I thought they're pretty. Yeah. What is your generic French cuisine? Because that's a good question. Steak and eggs, tarts, like a meat pie, almost like a, what are they called? Like a pot pie. A lot of soups.
Fish soup? That doesn't sound good. I mean, I guess if you did it right, maybe fish soup would be all right.
I feel like it could be.
Maybe if I didn't see like, I don't know. I guess I would just shred it. Shred the fish and maybe that would.
Yeah, because now that you mention it, the smell of fish isn't great.
I just literally,
Let alone you heat that up.
remember the James and the Giant Peach?
Yeah.
Remember the fish heads that sit on like the plate and that they always like
Yeah.
slide it? I'm like, that's what immediately what I think of. And I'm like, think of fish soup. I'm like, probably eyeballs.
Yeah. And it just doesn't sound like it would smell good.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to season the shit out of it to make it smell good.
We were talking post-apocalyptic. Like, say you had to eat a pigeon.
Gotta eat, man. Are pigeons, like, what is it? Bats carry some bad shit.
I'm sure pigeons carry mad disease too.
Yeah, same with rats, right? So if you had to eat rats, same thing.
Maybe. It's a hit or miss. You got to cook it out of it.
Can
Kill these parasites.
180 degrees kills all bacteria.
Boom.
Just gotta get it real hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like chicken.
And that's where I was like, I could do it. I got mad seasoning. That'd be
I got mad
a
seasoning.
delicacy after I get done with it.
Hey, man.
You're like, what was that? I was like, quail or something. I'm like, that was pigeon, baby.
That was good old home raised pigeon. Found him up under the bridge.
You know what? You stick around. I'll serve you up dove next week.
Well, dude, the people eat rabbits. I've never
Oh,
had
100%.
rabbit. Yeah, but
Andrew's had rabbit stew over with Ben, I believe, and I've had rabbit stew.
See, I've never done rabbit stew.
It's really soft meat. I've never eaten it outside of
Stew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's
everything tastes good once you get some gravy on it.
If it post-apocalyptic, yeah, you're gonna be eating whatever you can get your hands on, man.
That's why I was like, it's probably better time than anything to get to get the old rifle out, start honing her back in.
Yeah, I have never been able to gut an animal. Is my problem. That's like I can shoot pretty dang good, pretty good shot, but I just when it comes down to splitting an animal's sternum in half and freaking you just reach up there and grab its esophagus and pull it out all in one big piece. I'm like, it just makes me sick as soon as I start seeing it, dude. It's bad.
Yeah, I was lucky when I got broken when I was younger. But it's been a long time since I've seen it myself. But shout out Nickel Fever, his dad Jeff. He was like, so the one thing you don't ever want to do is shoot a deer in its stomach, and this is why. And he goes and he stabs the stomach, and opens it up, and all that just half rotten grass and everything is in there. So he's like, and then he's like, the next step. And he goes to town. I'm like, whoa. But it was more like, damn, that's inside it, but it's also inside us.
That's what gets me is when I start seeing it and I'm like, this is fucking what I look like on the inside of me too, pretty much, Like
but you look way worse on the inside, let's be honest.
Yeah. That deer been eating good. I've been eating like shit for about 25 years, man. Shit, man. Shoot, man. Hot Pockets and fucking frozen yogurts, man. Shit, yeah.
I heard that was the launch of champions.
But no, my dad once accidentally got the stomach when he was doing his thing, trying to get it. And yeah, dude, that's a mess.
My deer, I blew out the back, right through the back strap. Nothing like going hunting and then your dad being disappointed with you. And you're like, you could have taken me, dickhead. You wanted me to shoot it, right? Take me out.
My dad almost told me to shoot a bull elk when I had a fucking cow tag.
Ooh.
My dad's like, shoot that one right there. It's the closest one to us. I was like, Dad, that one has horns. He goes, yeah, no, don't shoot that one. Don't shoot that one. But yeah, I shot an elk. That was a bad shot. But it was also 40-mile-an-hour winds and like my fingers were frozen, and I spined him, hit him in the spine, and he dropped. So I dropped him, but it wasn't a great shot.
Yeah.
But that was my first time shooting an elk, first and only time.
So yeah, because we were shooting deer, and the first shot I hit, like I thought I missed because I shot, and the deer just jumped and then took off up the hill. So I was like, damn, I missed. And then all of a sudden, this deer ended up turning around and coming down the ravine. I'd completely missed, but I blew its hoof off.
Oh, dang.
So it was just trotting with, And then I had to watch Jeff walk down and mercy kill this thing and just... And I was like, whoa.
No wonder why it jumped.
100%. Be like, I had a foot, and now my foot's gone.
It's like stepping on a freaking the sea spike things. You seen those?
Oh, sea urchin?
Sea urchin. Yeah, those things are fucking wild.
Yeah, but it was way worse than that.
Oh yeah, for him, yeah.
That deer was just like, what the hell? I had 4 feet when I started this morning.
What's happening?
Why would I never?
I can't see my hand. Oh.
At least if you step on a sea urchin, it hurts. Your foot's still there.
Yeah, true. It's like stepping on a landmine. There you go.
Yes. 100%. The last time I stepped on any of these rocks,
Oh,
last time I stepped on one of these rocks, lost my damn hoof. And then, yeah, it was all over.
yeah.
It was a pretty, and I get it. I mean, what else are you going to do in that situation? Put it down?
You have to. You have to.
to.
Yep.
Even for just a hoof.
My brother one time shot a deer, and same thing. We had to, shoot it again, mercy kill it. My brother goes up to its head with the rifle. I'm like, dude, don't shoot the horn off. I wouldn't do that. Shot the horn right off.
What?
Yeah, shot straight through the horn. I was like, I told you not to do that. I wouldn't do that. Just see it go flying.
As you say, your brother's definitely one that has no problem getting down with that.
No, he's a good hunter.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little softy inside and get all queasy and woozy when I start seeing blood and guts.
We
man.
need people to be able to test to find which berries will keep you alive.
Yeah, that's me.
That would have been you.
Yep, I'd be the guy. Don't eat the red berry. It gives you the shits. But I found this mushroom. Woo!
Curtis is locked into some serious shit over here. We'll check back with them in about 10 to 12 hours. No, you guys, okay, I'm gonna let you know. I'm putting that one on this tier. That's
Yep.
some S level shit right there. You can't have none of that.
So I ate this mushroom. Guess what? The mushroom people told me which berries to eat. I don't even need to practice no more.
And Curtis is dead. Damn mushroom people. You're
Damn mushroom people. You were supposed to mix it.
Because if we're gonna trust every idea that comes out of somebody on mushrooms, come on now.
Oh yeah.
It's a
We're in
real hit or
trouble.
miss situation.
Yeah. It's a real hit or miss.
I've heard a lot of ideas come out when people are on mushrooms. Or probably even more ideas come out when people are on cocaine.
And 90% of them not good ideas.
Most of them, I mean, and then I'm sure, like, it's funny, like, on cocaine, you have a plethora of ideas. They just flow, everything is just coming out, right? And then you have, but I think part of you still doesn't let those intrusive thoughts totally win. And then you're on mushrooms, and yeah, I think more of those intrusive thoughts win just because your imagination. And then you have like meth, where it seems like all the intrusive thoughts win.
And then
I think it's a good idea to clean my house. I know my whole house is cleaned.
the problem with cocaine and those intrusive thoughts is they're not too bad unless you get a room full of, like, the more cokeheads you get in a room, that compounds that problem. And that's how you get the 80s movie era. All right, we're gonna make a movie, and he's just like going in, like Back to the Future. The car, a DeLorean, goes so fast, boom, he goes back in time. And everyone's like, yes, great, love it. What's more?
Somebody start writing this. Why isn't it written? It's already written.
Yeah. Who's playing it? This is exactly how the
We'll get
80s
Michael
went.
J. Fox to play it.
Yes, love it.
How funny would that be if Michael J. Fox just did so much cocaine throughout and that's how he got Parkinson's? He's been holding it together on cocaine. Finally, his body couldn't hold it anymore.
Body just starts shutting down. Okay, bud, we've had enough. Damn.
Man, he's been wanting to get that coke out of his system for so long.
Yeah, your body can only handle so much of,
I know he
shoving
was,
it deep down inside before it all surfaces.
I think when he must have started finding out about it, that's when he must have been hardcore into the alcohol and everything.
Yeah. I mean, you can imagine you get diagnosed with something that's untreatable, and you're someone in as famous as he is. When you're like, when every other thing that comes up, you're like, I have enough money to do that, right? You're like, you get cancer, you're like, I have enough money to throw into the best chemo, the best doctors, and this and that, and then that.
Yeah, look at Magic Johnson. He had enough money to beat AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
How come I don't have enough money to beat Parkinson's?
Because you know what's weird? How come those guys in Hollywood, like, all of a sudden they just age, right? Like Tom Cruise has been looking good for a bunch of years, and then all of a sudden he's just gonna be old. Is there a cutoff that they stop getting the children's blood?
That's how it circles back. That's what you wanted.
Got him.
So there's
Oh.
definitely they're drinking the children's blood, but like, do they get to do it forever?
Yeah. At what is like, you lose a social status or something? Like adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome there.
They just pump adrenaline into their system.
Oh man, it makes me want to watch Fear and Loathing so bad
I
now.
fucking love that movie.
It's so
Such
good.
a
And he's
good
on the
movie.
phone. He's like, damn, took a chunk of his neck out. And it was like more like adrenochrome or something. Then all of a sudden he's on adrenochrome later on. Next thing you know, you'll be seeing tits growing on your back. Harry. He's like staring at her. He's like, oh.
This is bad country.
And then it just, can you imagine just blacking out and then waking up and your hotel's flooded and you got a dinosaur tail on?
Right, dude.
The microphone is still taped to your face. I have to record all of this.
Dude, yeah. That movie is.
I get it though. We were definitely back in our heyday, locked into some stuff. Because
Mhm.
after watching Fear and Loathing, believe me, we tried to get as close as we could to that type of lifestyle for a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's definitely not possible.
I definitely
It's not
watched
sustainable.
the movie once on, might have been mushrooms. It's either mushrooms or acid. And I knew the dinosaur scene in the restaurant. I knew that part was coming, but I couldn't stop watching. And Ben Young, I think it was Ben. He was doing the same thing. He's like, "Oh God, I know it's coming. I don't want to watch it. I can't stop watching." It's like, we just couldn't. It's like, I don't want to see this, but I don't know why. I just can't stop watching the movie.
What was it like then? Because obviously they have that like fly thing that like shoots its.
Yeah, it was too much, dude. It
You
was
guys
like,
end up shutting it off?
nope.
Oh, nice.
We
got
we
through
made it through it, but it was just like, I was even just like, this is too much. Just no, it's just a scene in the movie. It's just too much.
I remember
We made it
taking
though. We
Tony and they were on mushrooms watching Alice in Wonderland.
That's a good one
He
too.
was white knuckling that thing through that movie. Just.
One time we went to Life of Pi. You remember that movie?
Ooh, yeah.
We went to it in 3D in the movie theaters, all high on mushrooms. And like, it was 4 of us. And like, we get there, right? We're like, hey guys, we got to be quiet. We can't be like laughing. This is a serious movie. Literally the entire movie. None of us made a fucking sound. And that movie was intense because it's like, you're like this, you're rowing with, like, I felt like I was there. Me and that tiger became friends. The end of the movie, we get in the car, and it's like, as soon as the last car door closes, everyone's like, "Oh my God, that was fucking crazy." It's like, we were dead silent until we got back in the car and knew no one was listening. And
Oh,
it
of
just
course.
blew up. It was so fun.
That is so damn funny. I mean, that's usually about how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, me and Bryce, we watched Yellow Submarine. Kind of forgot that that outside world even existed.
Fuck,
So we actually had to go outside. And I was like, oh, shit.
that one I could see could be kind of like a mood changer, right? Yeah, like you said, going back out into, because that one's wild.
No, yeah,
right?
you're
That's
in
not
it.
like a Fear and Loathing or an Alice in Wonderland that kind of has a theme behind it or a happy
no,
ending or whatever.
We were into it. Like, I was
Yeah.
watching it. And then, like, then you're like staring at the ceiling. And then you're like, oh, yeah, this is on. Oh, yeah. Oh. And then all of a sudden you're like, the movie ends and you're like, oh, snap. Life still goes on after this movie is over.
I've never watched that one. That's one I've never sat down and had a vision quest to. That'd be a good one.
It's a trip.
Yeah.
It's a good one, though. I mean, it doesn't really have any.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good vision quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More so than getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to get something out of it.
Yeah, I don't think you get anything out of watching Alice in Wonderland on mushrooms either. That was a cool Cheshire cat.
Life of Pi, though. That's
Yeah,
a
that
good
was-
one to watch. That
yeah.
movie still gets me.
That one was definitely.
So do you think, because there was theories that he was the tiger?
that he was the tiger
Mm-hmm.
and that he was the
He
tiger
ate
was
that person to survive.
I should watch that movie again because
Yeah.
obviously I was It's a little tuned up when I saw it last time.
Yeah,
But
it's a beautiful idea. Like, it's just, there's him and became friends with his tiger. But like, yeah, I guess the more other side of it is that how did he survive out there that whole time?
because he ate somebody.
He was surviving.
Wasn't he the only one on the boat, or was there another person?
There was another person.
Was there? Okay, I don't remember that. Gotta do what you gotta do. Freaking tiger's eating it. I'd probably be like, "Yo, give me a bite of that, bro."
Especially if you mentally break,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can just create your own thing inside your head that says, "Yeah, there is a tiger, and the tiger did it. It wasn't me." Disassociate.
Mm-hmm. It's, dude, especially being in a situation like that where if you were even just being stranded in the middle of the ocean, fuck the tiger, right? The tiger's not even there. At some point, I'm sure even the strongest willed people would have a mental breakdown, and yeah, your brain would do all sorts of weird shit.
Well, okay. Then you take it. You're in the middle of the ocean, so now you have the sun beating on you all day.
Mm-hmm.
No
Heat
water.
stroke.
You're
Yep.
surrounded by
Dehydrated.
water, and you can't even drink any of that water.
Yeah, that would be hard. I can even see why people go crazy just even being on a boat, right? Just like fucking the sea crazy, just being stuck on that boat, not getting off of it.
Have you seen The Lighthouse?
Mm-mm.
I was just watching that one, and that's the same type of idea. They get such torrential rains on this lighthouse that they're stuck until somebody, like, they have to wait it out so they can get to the main island, or they just have to, and they start going crazy.
Just being stuck.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
like, my name is Winslow. And he's like, my name's not Winslow. My name is Thomas. Tommy. He's like, no, your name's not Thomas. I'm Thomas. And like stuff like that. And then they're just pounding back bottles of booze. And I'm like, that could definitely be a lot of guys back then.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
There's another great one. Can't remember who the main actor is in it, but it's World War II. And a lot of those Navy guys, they would drink gasoline. They would mix it with their booze.
Oh,
and
shit.
they would be drinking that.
Damn.
Yeah, and get real twisted. Smoking cigarettes, drinking gasoline.
That's how you start. That's the fire-breathing dragon right there.
But like, if you're in the middle of the ocean and
got
you're
nothing
doing
else,
whatever
yeah.
to just reprieve your mind.
Yeah. Anything to make you feel sane, which is weird to say that is what would make you feel sane, but
Theo Vaughn, I was listening to him recently, and he was talking about addiction. He's like, almost like the idea of self-sabotage in itself. He's like, because even if it's killing yourself to do it, you still have the most control you can feel over something.
Damn. Yeah.
You're like, no, nobody else is destroying. I'm doing it, damn it.
Yeah. Then there are people that think like that too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Well, I was
gonna
gonna say there's a lot of there's a lot of addicts that deal with that exact problem.
Definitely.
Why do you think that? Like, I thought about like the people who would just be repeat offenders, just go back to jail over and over and over again to the point where it's like, I just go to jail. That's my life.
Mm-hmm.
Get out.
That's all they know.
New thing. Go back to jail. That's my schedule. It's Thursday.
Time to go back to jail.
Gotta go to jail.
Damn. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have that mindset.
Right? Sad that individuals do. Pray for them and hope it gets better. We're at minute 10.
Yeah, we did it.
We did it. We're there.
It. An hour and 10.
Oh, well, it felt like a minute and 10.
I mean, if we do a minute and 10 episodes, we're dicks. Hey guys, welcome in. See ya.
See ya. Actually, you gotta keep it longer so we can get the ad revenue. 3 minutes at least.
Yeah. Need some ad revenue. Oh, but anyways, guys, as always, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out today.
Don't forget to
Appreciate
like, share, subscribe, get on YouTube, go check it out, share with your friends.
Yep. Spotify's all posted up until next week or out into next week. So
we will be back on Monday for the ARC stream. So if you're there, you want to see us play some ARC, Curtis will also be over on Twitch. So find him out over there, and we'll go from there. See you back on Monday, and